It seems like everything these days is online. We live in a digital world. And when it comes to marketing, well, you really have to know what's available to you as far as resources. I'd like to welcome Stephanie Canfield to the show. She's the CEO of Ignite Marketing. And we're going to talk about free resources out there when it comes to digital marketing. And Stephanie, this is a great topic right now because I feel like with the economy, a lot of people are really starting to think about starting their own businesses, but you really have to know what you're doing online to get started.
Absolutely, Mark. That's a great point that you just mentioned. I mean, we're all going through these difficult times, and it could spark some kind of creativity in you or a way to kind of help get out of these times. So it's true. As we go through this could be potentially a really good idea, and a really good idea if you have a small business or you are looking to start one, like you mentioned. So it all starts, online, and there's a lot of, good resources out there that can help people as they develop their ideas and develop their products.
And a lot of these are free, correct?
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get started that, the barrier to entry is so low and so minimal. And it helps you kind of build your book of business before you invest into, a lot more marketing and ad dollars and bigger website builds and things of that nature. So yeah, it's great.
The other thing I was going to say too, I feel like there's so many different platforms out there when it comes to digital marketing. Where do you even start with it?
Yeah, it's true. There are multiple social media platforms, obviously. So I think you need to first identify who your target is. There's other social media platforms that are very unique in the sense, if you have a B2B business and your customers are other businesses, you may be more successful investing your time into LinkedIn and trying to develop that. You're following on that. If you have a B2C client base and have products, I mean, Instagram's huge for any kind of product branding, and especially with influencers and the ways that you can use them on Instagram. That's a huge platform for those types of products. And then Facebook, of course, is a great platform, honestly, for both, and a lot for services, because you're able to leave those reviews on your pages and things of that nature. So there's tons of, and those are all free. So if you're just starting your business, that's a huge advantage. Another one is YouTube. It could be very underestimated, the power of building, if you have products, just building informational pieces behind those products and helping people, search for your product and the relevancy of it through those types of videos. So educating your audience on things that you're doing within, starting your business or just getting started and trying to figure out, where you're at and what you should be doing.
So if you're just starting out, you don't necessarily need a website, correct? You could start out and kind of do a launch, if you will, on these different platforms. And once you get rolling, then maybe at that time you invest in a website?
It's true. Absolutely. So, if you're trying to do e-commerce and sell products online, that may be a little different. But if you're just starting out and you just don't have capital to invest into anything going forward, yeah, there are lots of great resources out there that you can definitely get started with today.
What about with a Google search? I feel like everything starts on your keyboard when you're looking for something. So if you have your own business, what are some things that you could do where you actually show up in those searches?
Yeah, you're 100% right. So one of the best things, and that's free to do, is do a Google My Business and make sure that you're optimized for your local search. And that's, like I said, free, and making sure that you're on there is super important. On Google, there's so many variables that come into play when we're talking about ranking on, and being high on those result pages. But the Google My Business at least make sure your listing is optimized in those local locations, so where you're at geographically. And I mean, I would definitely, if you're starting a business, you definitely need to make sure that you utilize that tool. It's huge for businesses.
And when you think about all these different platforms, there's so much different types of information that you could put on each one. So what are the basics? Like, what are the things that you want to make sure that you're promoting, again, so people can find you? Because when it comes to online and digital marketing, there's so much data and information out there. I feel like it's overwhelming and you kind of get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, there's so much. And we have, at my firm, we definitely, will jump in and go really deep with clients on how to optimize, and stand out online. If you're just starting out, a couple of things that you could be doing right away is, investing into a Facebook page, making sure that you're promoting your product there, that you start educating your clients. And it doesn't have to necessarily always be so sales driven. It could be very information about who you are and about the business and where you're going, and identifying yourself online in that way. As you progress, obviously you're going to want to educate your audience on, certain specific keywords and things of that nature to help rank in things, but that's kind of getting in the weeds there. But another great platform is, like LinkedIn has a free blogging platform that I don't think that people understand or not understand, but don't know about. So if you don't have funding to invest into an online blog, you could start blogging for free and publishing content on LinkedIn. Another really good thing is if there are platforms out there that don't cost anything and have free versions to do like email marketing, or to start developing post and branding and different types of product identity things that you can use to kind of penetrate your audience and start communicating with them in that way.
Yeah, well, you give us a lot of information really to kind of get started, and it's free. Let me ask you this. At what point in a business should somebody seek out an individual like yourself to help out?
I think it definitely depends on, there are factors where you're at, what your monthly incomes are, if you feel comfortable. A lot of small businesses that we work with, actually, the CEO is so used to doing everything that they just hit a bubble where they can't actually go out and make sales or talk to and have really good client relationships or build their internal teams and their operations, because they're wearing this hat. So, marketing sometimes gets pushed to the back burner because you're trying to grow your business. At that point, you do need to seek, because marketing shouldn't really hit the back burner because of time. It should be, somebody else needs to kind of take the ball and roll with it, because brand identity and brand awareness and marketing and all these things play into your longevity of your company and how people see you online, and ultimately create, customers that are going to be lifelong customers with you. So, that's kind of, and I know a lot of our businesses, they're like, this is just too much. And I just, I was doing it, but I just don't have the resources or the time to do this any longer. So we do see a lot of clients that are that way, or if, we have clients that just they don't know where to begin. And they're looking for just somebody to come in and partner with them and just really help take that ball from them so that they can move and advance their companies forward. Because it is, online can be very challenging, and there's lots of different types of things that you just, you get to a level after you've done all these little free things and started getting your company moving, that you're just like, wow, what's the next step for me? Or how do I continue building this online?
Absolutely. And there's just so many different tools that are out there, and it grows on a daily basis because everybody is online when they're doing research. Well, Stephanie, thank you for all your time and information. And if people want to contact you, how do they do that?
Yeah, so people can, they can go to our website, which is ignitedigitalmarketingsolutions.com. They could also find us on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. And then you can always reach out to me personally on, my handles as well. Stephanie Canfield. My handle is StephCan15. So yeah, we're always, very open to discussing and helping people and trying to help them strategize on what they should be doing or how we can help.
Well, thanks again. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.